Hello guys, hope everybody's staying safe. Alright guys, so today we're going to continue working on logs. The only difference today on those logs is we're actually going to plug them in as they are on the calculator, okay? So, our example for today is, it says solve 2x plus 1 as the exponent, okay, equals 12. Alright. So we have 3 as the base. We have kind of made it a little blurry here. Yes. All right. So we have 2x plus 1 equals 12. Okay. All right. We're trying to solve for x. Okay. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to solve for the x that is as an exponent. What we're going to do is, in order to have this exponent as a whole number, we have to move it to the front of the 3. Okay? Remember when we had logs, where we had a log of 2, 4 equals, let's say, 8, and we got rid of the 2, or whenever we had a full number, log of 3 to the 4, and we got rid of the full number, we moved it and made it into an exponent. Okay? Now we're going to do the opposite. Now we're going to actually put an exponent in there, or a log, should I say. Okay? All right. So the way we're going to do it is, we're going to move 2x do a little higher. This way I can have more space. Do another color here. Now we're going to have log, or should I say 2x plus 1 times log of 3 equals, since we added a log, okay, because we moved the exponent to the front, we have to do the same thing on the other side of the equal sign. Okay, so now we have log of 12. Because remember, whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. Okay, since we added a log, we have to add a log on the other side. Okay, now that we have this type of problem, if you really look at it, we're multiplying 2x plus 1 times log of 3. Remember, the opposite of multiplication is division. So we're going to divide this side by log of 3 to cancel it out. But whatever you do to one side again, you do it to the other. So we're going to divide this side by log of 3. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type it into the actual calculator. Okay? Notice that there's no number on the log. That means that they're natural numbers. Okay? If you have a log of 10, it is also a natural number. So with my calculator in hand, okay, we can do one of two things. We can either solve for this now, or we can type it in all together. Okay, I like to type it in all together. Okay, so what we're gonna do is makes it a lot easier because this way you have everything on one side. So we're left with 2x plus 1 equals log of 12 over log of 3. Okay, now we're gonna get rid of the 1. Okay, so we have minus 1. We have a minus 1 over here. So we have cancel out. We have 2x equals log of 12 over log of 3 minus 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually plug it in now. Okay? So we're going to have, I always like to put parentheses, okay, around the logs. So parentheses, and then press the log of 12 divided by log of 3, and then close my parentheses, minus 1, which gives me 1.261859507. We're only going to get 4 decimal places, okay, after the ones. So our number to actually work with is, all this became something else. So we're left with 2x, okay? So we have 2x equals 1.261. Then we have an 8 and then a 5. The 5 makes the 8 into 19, okay? And then finally, if we're solving for x, okay? If we're solving for x, we divide by 2. We do the same thing to the other side. So x equals, we have 1.2619 divided by 2 gives us 0.630. Again, you have 9 and then 5, okay? Which makes it a 0. This becomes a 1 because of the 5. Because we had 63095, okay? So the 5 made the 9 a 0. We have 1 left over. So our answer is x equals 0.6310. And that is our answer. Okay, we solved for x. Yay! All right, that's all we're doing. Okay, remember, little recap. We try to solve for an equation. We try to solve for x. So what we did is we moved it to the front of the base. Now we created a log. Since we created a log, whatever you do to one side has to be to the other. So now we have 2 logs in there. Okay, we got rid of the log, moved it out to one side. Then I subtracted the 1. Remember, always move your constants first, okay? Before your numbers with variables. Since we move our constant, we have a new equation, 2x equals log of 12 divided by log of 3 minus 1. Notice that the minus 1 is subtracted from the whole thing, okay? And then once we plugged it in, we got 1.2619 when we rounded it up. Then we divided by 2. So our answer is x equals 0.6310. Okay. All right, guys. Make sure you write it on the board. I'm going to step here out of the screen for a second here so you guys can pause it if you need to, so you can write it down. All right. Now that you have it written down on your notes, I'm going to give you your assignment for today. All right, guys. So the assignment for today is we have 4 to the exponent of 3x equals 12, okay? You have to solve for x, remember. And your second one is 6x plus 2 equals 18, okay? So there's 2 problems on the board. Remember, we're solving for x on each one. Okay, make sure you submit your answers as soon as you're done watching the video. If you have any questions, guys, don't hesitate to ask, okay? All right, make sure, again, you submit your answers with your notes. Also, make sure on the subject on your emails, guys, you put what class is it for, the concept, well, what concept it is as well, and the date, okay? Make sure you do it on the subject every time you send an email to me about a work, okay? All right, guys. So I'll be waiting for your email.